It's been 2 months since I made a video, which is a little bit too long in my opinion, but I've been super busy with uni and all sorts of things. The first thing I want to tell you about book things is that I have a Goodreads account now. I'll put a link in the description below. I rated a lot of books that I can remember from my past, so I've got a load of stuff up there. I've actually read some physical books, not books on my Kindle. Over Christmas I received specials and extras. The last 2 books in the series by Scott Westerfeld. Uglies Pretty specials extras, I read the last 2. They are wonderful books. I think that world is really intensely interesting, and if you like sort of alternate futures, kind of where the world might end up with amazing technology and all sorts, definitely worth checking out. And the other day I just finished reading The Sacrifice. I don't think I'm ever going to grow out of reading books written for teenagers because I think that they are fascinating. The Sacrifice is 4th in a series which starts with The Enemy and then it's The Dead and then The Fear. It was going to just be a trilogy, but Charlie Higson is so amazing and he's thought up this deeply intricate world with so many characters that he needs 7 books to explain it, so apparently there's going to be another 3, which I am totally on board for. What they're about is disease. A disease has stricken the world, but this book is only set in the UK, so we don't know what's happening elsewhere. Everyone over the age of 14 caught this disease. The series of books covers from the breakout of the disease to just over a year into the disease. It's not all in chronological order. As far as I remember, it starts about a year in and one of the other books goes back and kind of fills in the time. You follow loads of different groups of kids, of these like under 14s who are surviving somehow in this world where every single adult has either died from the disease or has become like a rotten sort of living corpse. They're not dead. If they get killed, they stay dead. So it's not a zombie book, although it's very zombie-ish. I hope that my little rambling explanation of the plot is something that hooks you, because I think they're really fantastic books. Okay, onto the books that I have managed to read on my Kindle, which has actually a fair amount since the new year began. One of the Humble Bundle books that I started reading was John Gone. I managed to read all 3 in the trilogy though, because the world just captured me and I just needed to know more, and they were available. It's John Gone, Missing Signals and Company Men. A quick summary of the plot. A boy finds a watch on the beach and it starts teleporting him. You also get to see behind the scenes of the creation of the watch, the inventors, the people and the company who are really powerful in the world. I think they were really good. As far as I remember, I enjoyed reading them. Now, I've talked before about Joseph Lalo. I have mentioned that I read his sci-fi books and they were really good. I've read another series by him. The series is called the Book of Deacon series, or that's what people refer to it as. Is a fantasy series compared to a sci-fi one. The first one is the Book of Deacon, the second is The Great Convergence, the third is the Battle of Aril, and he wrote another extra book called Jade, which is set way after the other 3 books occur but was written second. They are really great. The characters are lovely, it's a complex plot and it's fun, and I don't know, they might not be great books, but I really love them, so I want to share that with you as well. I read a book called Zombies of the World, a Field Guide, which was okay. It was kind of set out as an academic book about zombies. Obviously it's fictional, but it was approached like an actual kind of encyclopedia, field guidey thing. So it was quite interesting, but wasn't like great. I reread The Life of Pi. I kind of want to see the film eventually, and I wanted to have the story fresher in my mind because I think I read it like when it first came out. That's ages ago. I think it's a really great book. I had forgotten how brilliant it was. It made me think deeply and I really enjoyed rereading it, so that's a great thing. Go read Life of Pi. Then I read a book which was only 20p on the Kindle. The 100-Year-Old Man Who Climbed Out of the Window and Ran Away. Nope, he didn't run away, he disappeared. Apparently it's a lot like Forrest Gump, which is a film I've never actually seen all the way through. It kind of dragged a bit in places, but it was a get-throughable book. I read The Select, which was another Humble Bundle book. The Select was about some medical students at a very specific school, and a little bit creepy. That was an okay book. It wasn't brilliant, it wasn't terrible, it was just sort of mediocre, and I read it called The Hour Before Dark, which I didn't really enjoy reading. It was kind of a horror book, suspense thriller sort of thing, but I wasn't that won over by it, and also there were spelling mistakes throughout. I like Roald Dahl's horror stories, but then I've not really enjoyed reading many other ones. And that was the last book I finished reading. I am currently reading a compilation of essays, and this video has gone on for far too long because both my Kindle and my laptop have gone into standby. I'll make another video soon, hopefully about something that's not about books, but who knows. See you around.